Welcome back, champions. Power and wisdom, two forces that shape our lives in ways often unseen. Today, we unlock Machiavelli's real-world wisdom, exploring the dynamic interplay of truth, perception, and strategy. Prepare to see beyond the surface of human nature, to grasp the raw, unflinching reality of power, and, most importantly, to learn how to wield it for yourself. In this journey, we'll discover how Machiavelli's pragmatic approach to power can transform your life by sharpening your perception, guiding your actions, and allowing you to navigate this world with clarity and strength. Machiavelli's teachings may have been written centuries ago, but their relevance is timeless. His insights into human nature, leadership, and the dynamics of power reveal a kind of wisdom that transcends political spheres and historical moments. And in today's fast-paced, often chaotic world, his philosophy is more valuable than ever. Machiavelli invites us to strip away illusions and face the raw, sometimes uncomfortable truth about how the world works. It's not always pretty, but in this stark realism lies tremendous power. Power that you can harness to rise above mediocrity and lead a life of purpose and control. Before we dive deeper into this fascinating subject, take a moment to consider the power you wield in your own life. Are you fully aware of it? Or do you, like so many, allow others to dictate your path? Machiavelli's wisdom teaches us that passivity is the enemy of power. Those who wait for life to hand them opportunities often end up disappointed. Instead, we must actively shape our destinies, understanding that fortune favors those who are prepared, strategic, and willing to act when the moment arises. One of Machiavelli's core principles is the concept of virtue. Now, this isn't virtue in the moralistic sense. Virtue, in Machiavellian terms, is about mastery of circumstances, of one's environment, and of oneself. It's about the ability to adapt, to seize opportunities, and to overcome challenges with a clear and focused mind. When we cultivate virtue, we develop the strength to not only survive, but thrive in a world where chaos and uncertainty often reign. And most importantly, we learn to act with purpose and precision. In your own life, think about the moments when you felt powerless. Perhaps it was in a relationship, at work, or in pursuit of a personal goal. Machiavelli teaches us that powerlessness is often a result of inaction, of waiting for circumstances to change, instead of stepping in and changing them ourselves. True strength lies in recognizing that we have more control than we often believe. By embracing Machiavelli's pragmatic approach, we stop being victims of circumstance and become the architects of our own lives. So, what does it mean to embrace this pragmatic approach? It starts with understanding human nature. Machiavelli was a keen observer of people, and he understood that, at their core, humans are driven by a complex web of desires, fears, and self-interest. To navigate the world successfully, we must acknowledge this reality rather than pretending it doesn't exist. People are not always rational or noble. They are often guided by their own needs and ambitions, and if we fail to account for that, we set ourselves up for failure. Now, this doesn't mean we should become cynical or manipulative. It simply means we need to be aware of the forces at play. If you're in a leadership position, whether at work or in your personal life, understanding the motivations of those around you can make all the difference. Machiavelli teaches us that influence comes from this awareness. If you know what drives people, you can guide their actions, build alliances, and create a network of support that amplifies your own power. This is the essence of pragmatic leadership. Think about your own experiences. How often have you been blindsided by the actions of others because you didn't fully understand their motivations? Perhaps you trusted too easily or failed to see how someone's self-interest might conflict with your own. Machiavelli reminds us that trust should not be given lightly, and that we must always keep our eyes open to the realities around us. This doesn't mean we should live in suspicion, but it does mean we should be strategic in whom we trust and how we build relationships. Another key lesson from Machiavelli is the importance of perception. In the game of power, how you are seen by others can be just as important, if not more important, than who you really are. This is not about being fake or deceptive. It's about understanding that people make judgments based on what they perceive, and those perceptions shape how they interact with you. If you project strength, confidence, and decisiveness, others will be more likely to respect and follow you. If you appear weak or uncertain, they may take advantage of you or dismiss you altogether. This idea of perception is central to Machiavelli's famous advice that it is better to be feared than loved, if one cannot be both. Now, this doesn't mean you should rule with cruelty or inspire terror. What Machiavelli is really saying is that it is essential to command respect. Love, while powerful, can be fickle. People's affection can change with the wind. But if they respect you, if they know you are not someone to be crossed lightly, that respect can endure. In your own life, think about how you present yourself to others. Do you command respect? Or do you allow others to treat you in ways that undermine your authority or influence? This isn't just about leadership in the workplace. It applies to every area of life, from relationships to friendships to personal goals. If you want to achieve success, you need to project an image that aligns with your ambitions. If you want others to take you seriously, you need to first take yourself seriously. This means being decisive, setting clear boundaries, and not being afraid to assert yourself when necessary. It's not about being aggressive or domineering. It's about knowing your worth and refusing to be treated as anything less than what you deserve. Machiavelli also teaches us the importance of adaptability. In his view, the most successful leaders are those who can change course when circumstances shift. Life is unpredictable, and those who rigidly cling to one strategy or one way of thinking will eventually find themselves left behind. Machiavelli uses the metaphor of fortune as a river, constantly flowing and sometimes flooding. In these moments of chaos, those who can build dikes and control the flow of water will succeed, while those who stand still will be swept away. In your own life, think about the moments when things didn't go according to plan. Did you cling to your original course, hoping things would somehow work themselves out? Or did you adapt, finding a new path forward that allowed you to overcome the challenge? Machiavelli teaches us that flexibility is a key component of success. It's not about abandoning your principles or goals, but about finding new ways to achieve them when the old ways no longer work. This is the essence of resilience, knowing that setbacks are inevitable, but being prepared to respond with creativity and determination. One of the most misunderstood aspects of Machiavelli's philosophy is his approach to ethics. Many people see him as advocating for ruthlessness and deceit. But in reality, Machiavelli's approach to ethics is far more nuanced. He understood that in a world where others are often motivated by self-interest, sometimes the traditional notions of right and wrong don't apply in the same way. This doesn't mean we should abandon our moral compass, but it does mean we need to be pragmatic in how we apply it. In certain situations, doing what is right in a conventional sense might lead to failure or even destruction. Machiavelli challenges us to ask, what is the ultimate goal? Is it to adhere to rigid moral principles? Or is it to achieve success and stability for ourselves and those we care about? Sometimes, achieving the greater good requires making difficult decisions that don't fit neatly into a black and white ethical framework. This is a hard truth, but it's one that Machiavelli forces us to confront. Now, let's address one of the most famous pieces of advice Machiavelli gives in The Prince, that a leader must learn how to be both a lion and a fox. The lion represents strength, bravery, and force. The fox, on the other hand, represents cunning, intelligence, and the ability to outwit enemies. To be successful, Machiavelli argues, one must embody both of these qualities. Relying solely on brute force or sheer willpower is not enough. You must also be able to navigate the complexities of human relationships with subtlety and intelligence. In your own life, think about how you balance these two qualities. Are you more of a lion, relying on force and decisiveness to get what you want? Or are you more of a fox, using strategy and cunning to achieve your goals? Machiavelli teaches us that true mastery comes from balancing both. There will be times when strength is necessary and times when subtlety is the key to success. Knowing when to employ each approach is the mark of a true leader. This balance between strength and cunning is especially important in today's world, where challenges are often multifaceted and require more than just brute force to overcome. Whether you're navigating workplace dynamics, personal relationships, or larger societal issues, the ability to adapt your approach, to be both a lion and a fox, will set you apart from those who rely on just one strategy. It's about being flexible, adaptable, and always ready to adjust to the situation at hand. As we near the end of this discussion, I want to leave you with a final thought on Machiavelli's concept of fortune. Fortune, according to Machiavelli, is unpredictable and uncontrollable. It represents the forces in life that we cannot control, random events, unexpected challenges, and opportunities that arise out of nowhere. But while we cannot control fortune itself, we can control how we respond to it. This is where the power of virtue comes in. By cultivating strength of character, adaptability, and resilience, we can navigate the unpredictability of life with confidence and clarity. In your own life, how do you respond to the unexpected? Do you let it throw you off course, or do you see it as an opportunity to grow and adapt? Machiavelli teaches us that fortune favors those who are prepared. If you cultivate virtue, if you strengthen your mind, sharpen your skills, and maintain a clear vision of your goals, no amount of unpredictability can stand in your way. You will not only survive the chaos, you will thrive in it. Machiavelli's wisdom offers a mirror into human nature that few other philosophies provide, but it requires us to look at that reflection without flinching. He doesn't shy away from the truth that life is often more complex than we'd like it to be. And success demands more than just good intentions. His ideas confront the unpredictability of human behavior and the fact that people's interests often collide. But in this confrontation, we find an incredible source of power. By acknowledging the messy realities of life, we can begin to play the game with greater skill, moving through the world with intention, awareness, and strength. Think for a moment about the battles you face, both internal and external. Whether it's competing in your career, building meaningful relationships, or simply trying to master yourself, Machiavelli teaches that clarity is your greatest weapon. By looking at the world through his lens, you strip away the illusions that often cloud our judgment. The facade of fairness, the expectation of reciprocity, these are unreliable guides in a world ruled by self-interest. But by understanding these dynamics, by recognizing them for what they are, you are better equipped to navigate them and come out on top. Remember, champions, that power is not a dirty word. Power is what allows you to move toward your goals, to create the life you envision, and to make a lasting impact. Machiavelli's approach is not about manipulation or cruelty. It is about strategy and awareness. It's about understanding that to influence the world, you must first understand it. And when you do, you will see that the path to mastery is not about avoiding conflict or discomfort, but about engaging with it directly and using it as a force for growth. If today's lesson has sparked something within you, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are dedicated to bringing you wisdom from the greatest thinkers throughout history, helping you harness their insights to lead a life of mastery and purpose. And remember, champions, Machiavelli's lessons are not just for rulers and leaders. They are for anyone who wants to take control of their life, achieve their goals, and rise above the noise and chaos of the world. Until next time, champions, stay strong and stay committed to your path.